for Derek Randall's sample donor to Brian's project. It all began on a spring day in 1985.
What happened to me that day did seriously, literally change the course of my life. Myself and two friends of mine were hiking up in the Olympic National Park. We had gotten a late start that day, so we went about 6.5 miles up trail, a little bit late in the day, and we're losing light, you know. Now we found a nice level, like a little meadow area with a timber line about 40 yards over from us. And we hear this crash. And it just kind of all stopped us in our tracks. You know, we're literally in the middle of nowhere. All of a sudden this rock comes arching out of the timberline, and it's not falling off a cliff because we were on top of this finger ridge. There's no cliff there. The rock was thrown. So this rock hits the ground, and we all just look at each other like, what in the world? And another one comes. Bonk, right next to us. And another rock came. That's when we really got scared. We just grabbed up our gear off the ground and started running down this ridge. I got about 10 steps into it and remembered I had a .357 in my backpack. That's the point when I saw it. There's a Sasquatch standing there looking at me, and it just stepped right from myth right into reality. It was terrifying. I would guess somewhere around 8 feet tall. I would guess somewhere probably from 800 to 1,000 pounds. I encounter bears very frequently, and this was not a bear. It was the shape of a human, just very muscled up, very large, and incredibly thick, and just incredibly big, and very heavy. And no, there's no mistaking whatsoever. I was freaked out, I was scared. And I ran all the way down that ridge to the trail. You know, I'm not nuts. I know what I saw, and I've seen more than one. There it is, they're real.
I caught up with Derek at one of the Olympic Project's regular field seminars. Today, it's footprint casting, from expert David Ellis, casting his own foot.
We're looking for details in the print itself.
Derek is convinced that the peninsula is one of the great Sasquatch hotspots of the world, and that we're standing in a corridor that they regularly use.
So would you say this is Sasquatch country?
Central.
Absolutely central, which is why you're here.
Yes. Yep.
So if you hang around here long enough,
yes,
you will see one.
No. I'm in the woods 5 days a week, and I have been for a long time. You know, almost 3 decades. I've seen 2. So when you average things out, you take the normal person that goes into the woods on their vacation once or twice a year, they're going to win the lottery before they see a Sasquatch. It's a tall order. And it's a tall order because, number one, this is my opinion, there's not that many of them. Number 2, they're very intelligent. Number 3, they're hypersensitive and hyper-aware.
If you've localized it and you want this predictability, you're pretty sure this is a corridor. Mm-hmm. Kind of, there are going to be a lot of people presumably just say, well, why don't you just stake this corridor out with cameras, thermal imaging, movement detectors, the whole lot?
Well, it all boils down to money.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, right now we deploy about 56 cameras. These cameras are about $600 a piece. It's great in theory, but until a rich person steps up and says, hey, we're going to give you a couple $1 million, let's stake this area out, that's not even feasible. Even with 56 cameras, you're a complete needle in a haystack.
From that haystack, though, Derek has plucked a sample for Brian that he has a lot of confidence in.
It didn't look like bear hair to me, and it came from about this high up in a blackberry bush, and it was in conjunction with a track line. So it's very convincing. I think that there's high probability that it's Bigfoot hair.
So you've got high hopes for that?
Absolutely,
sample.
yeah, without a doubt. Sykes is on his game, and I have high hopes. You know, I really do.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? I do think these two toes look a bit odd, though. I would go and see the doctor. Honestly, trust me, I'm a vet as well. So
Derek is driven, I think, by the need to understand the physically powerful animal he encountered all those years ago.